Here are the top free video editing apps for Android and iPhone right now. After thorough testing, I'll share my top picks and reveal my #1 choice for the best free video editor app in 2024. So my two top picks come down to VN Video Editor and CapCut. Both of these are absolutely amazing. There is a bunch of features and tools things built in that we are going to take a look at. Both of them are very similar and they're both very easy to use. Both of these now also do have paid options as well, but that's not what we're talking about in this video. You don't need the paid versions. And that's why these two are my top free editing apps right now. Now, I'm going to dive into each one of them to help you decide which one is the right one for you. So VN Video Editor has a really simple, really easy to use interface. It's actually my favorite interface out of the two of these. To me, it's the next level of simplicity, but it also still packs a punch in terms of the features and things that are in there. So it's really clean and easy to use. I'm really quick to find the tools that you need. Now VN Video Editor does have a Mac and desktop version available as well, which is awesome too. And there is a workaround to get it working on Windows as well. So it's cool that you can use the same app, the same interface, and everything across your devices. Now you can also transfer your editing projects between your devices as well. But editing wise, you've got a great amount of control over things like color grading, speed ramping, speed up, and slowing down your clips like keyframing. It's more advanced than the keyframes you can access in CapCut. So if you are someone who really likes to dial everything in and control things, you're going to get more control in VN. In here, you also get a great amount of control over things like your export settings. You have the ability to customize up the video resolution, the frame rate, and the bit rate. And you can save out videos up to 4K 60 frames per second. So you get much more granularity and control in here than you do with CapCut. Probably my favorite thing about VN Video Editor is the overall interface, the editing experience being fast, being fluid, and really just the way that everything is laid out on separate video layers. It makes it really easy to jump between the different things like your B-roll or your overlay footage or your music. It's more in line with traditional video editing apps and tools than having everything compressed to one timeline, which you often see with things like CapCut. Now, in terms of the downsides of things to be aware of being a free app, there are ads. As soon as you open it up, you can skip them a lot of the time, but I guess that's how they're able to make money and offer such an amazing app for free, is that there's ads in it. But it is worth noting that there are no watermarks on either of these two apps. And you can always remove the ads if you want to, by upgrading to the paid or the pro version. The other thing is, while there is a bunch of effects and transitions and things in here, there's more effects, more transitions, and more AI tools and things inside of CapCut. So if you are someone who is looking for the most amount of effects and those sorts of things, then CapCut could be a better option for you. But VN really doesn't have many things behind a paywall or restricted in the free app. CapCut is another one with a simple, clean, easy to use interface. Again, I think VN is a little bit nicer, but this one here is still super intuitive and easy and fast to use like VN. There's also a CapCut version for desktop for both Windows and Mac. And there's also an online version or a cloud-based version too. So you can pretty much use CapCut everywhere. But I think where CapCut really shines is with the amount of effects and transitions and really cool built-in AI features and tools and things like auto captioning, where it will listen to your video and transcribe it. It'll create the text titles and captions for you, and you can customize them up. There's also some really cool audio effects and background noise removal. There's text-to-speech, there's camera tracking, there's masking, there's motion blur and video stabilization. Like there's a lot of effects and things in here. I like the way that they've actually integrated a lot of these into the timeline, where some of these effects and things that can actually be added as their own layer, or essentially like an adjustment layer. So they're independent of an individual video clip, meaning that some of these effects and things can actually be applied across your entire timeline quickly and easily. They're also adding a bunch of other functionality to the app as well. Things like a built-in camera, a teleprompter, and even retouching tools as well. In terms of downsides, they are transitioning more and more features to their paid plan, but most things right now are still free. So there are some countries that have banned both TikTok and CapCut. So again, I personally don't see this as an issue, but you can make your own call on that. Now, it also has a lot of built-in sound effects and music tracks that you can easily add from inside the app directly into your edits. A lot of these are copyright music, and if you're creating content that's going to be posted outside of TikTok, then you likely could end up with things like copyright claims and strikes against your videos because you actually don't have the rights to use it. Outside of places like TikTok again, I don't think this is a deal breaker at all. I strongly recommend that for any tool that you're using, you're actually sourcing your music externally from places like Artlist. So just be mindful if you are going to use the built-in music tracks in CapCut, it's pretty much good for TikTok only. Comparing to VN as well, there's definitely not as much control over your export settings, things like your bitrate or the video quality. You get to choose if you're going to export as a low bitrate, recommended or high, but it doesn't actually say what each one of those three things are. Whereas with VN, you're able to dial that specific setting to customize up your video export the way that you want it. And I guess the last thing that's worth noting with CapCut is that some of those effects and tools and things, especially some of the AI ones, they do need an internet connection. So if you are going to be editing somewhere where you don't have access to internet, then some of those things won't work. Again, not going to be a deal breaker for most people, just something to be aware of. So those are my top 3 video editing apps right now. Now, if I had to pick one winner out of the two, it's a pretty tough call. When deciding between VN Video Editor and CapCut for creating videos, each app brings its own strengths to the table. VN Video Editor stands out with its advanced editing features, user-friendly interface, and robust performance, making it a great choice for those looking for a powerful yet accessible tool. On the other hand, CapCut, developed by the creators of TikTok, offers seamless integration with social media platforms, intuitive editing capabilities, and a wide array of creative effects, ideal for content creators who thrive on trendy, engaging visuals. Ultimately, the best choice depends on your specific needs and editing style. If you prefer a more traditional editing approach with a comprehensive set of tools, VN Video Editor might be your go-to. However, if you value ease of use and social media integration, CapCut could be the perfect match for you. Both apps provide excellent resources to elevate your content, so you can't go wrong with either. So there really is, as far as I'm concerned, no real clear winner. I like the editing and the interface of VN, but CapCut is also an amazing option all around. So that's basically all about the best video editing apps. So that's all for this video. If you find this helpful, consider subscribing and giving this a big thumbs up. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.